Hey, what's up, Roxstars? It's Rox with a little bit of talk about what's at the top of the blog. So let's get to it. I say I'm gonna take some time off, y'all.
All the cashiers, they was like, somebody stole her truck. It's like you can hear it all throughout the store.
This Rox coming to you today with a review for Love and Marriage Detroit, Love and Marriage Huntsville, our book 4, Real Housewives of Atlanta. Let's get to it, shall we? All right, you guys, just warning, just in case you might see something lifting over on this side, just mind your business. Mind your business. They're real long. I feel like I need to cut them. Like, they're 36 inches, but they feel more like 42 inches. I mean, I feel like they go underneath my butt. So, like, I wish I could cut them just about right underneath that boob. You know, right between the boob and your waist, like the midpoint there. I would like for them to be that short. Any real rock star braiders out there, the real ones now, not y'all ones that just be trying shit at the house. What y'all know about cutting braids and for them not to look crazy? I don't want them to unravel, and I don't want them to look blunt, and I don't want them to do all that. But I feel like they just need to be this much probably could come off. Anyway, you guys, that's not why you're here. How are you all? Are you guys all good? Good. Listen, we're going to talk about this DNC because I have been pumped up all week. I was like between the Olympics for 2 weeks and then right after that, the DNC, baby, I've been having me a good time on that TV these last this last month has been lit, right? Man, that DNC has been so exciting. I don't think that I have watched any DNC ever for every night that has been on, and I'm even talking about when Barack Obama was running. I did not watch every night like this, and I was not entertained every night that I did watch back then like I have been this time. It's just been a good time. I don't know, call me biased, but maybe because I am a Democrat, but I'm telling you, I have just really been been enjoying it, you guys. The excitement, the inspiration, the cheer, just the celebration of the DNC has just been everything. So let's talk about what's gone on thus far. Now, we've had speakers every night like they normally do, and it's been a large amount of speakers. Of course, if you're not there in person, and you're not watching it on a stream that is just showing the DNC completely, no interruptions, no commercials or anything like that, then you are probably getting the full DNC. However, I have just been watching on CNN. So CNN has only really been showing those that are of like let me take that back. In the evenings, they're showing more of the more popular people, the more well-known celebrities and the bigger stories and all. Those are the speakers that are speaking in the evenings. During the day, there may be other speakers, but I'm not there watching during the day. It's just when I get home from work. So I'm just going to tell you guys about my standouts from each night. Now, it started on Monday, which was the 19th, I believe. It was the 19th that it starts, and today, which is Thursday, you guys are getting this video on Friday, but today will have been the last day of the DNC. Okay, so on the first night, the standouts for me, of course, were Alexandria Cortez. You guys, her name has a hyphen, but my damn, it was auto corrected and it says occasion. And I know it's not it. Is it Cosario or something like that? Alexandra, she was really good. That is the one that has completely kept her foot on YSAP's necks. I mean, everybody was that night, or has been thus far in the DNC, but she has been, even outside of the DNC, she has just been one of those ones that has been very outspoken about YSAP. We had Steve Kerr, and you're like a basketball player? Yes, a basketball player / coach was up there, and it's because they also want to show people, not just politicians, but people, just regular people, although some will say that Steve Kerr is not a regular person, okay, legend in his own right, but they also want people that's not in the political arena, that's not in that community, to speak about why they are, you know, voting for Kamala, what they believe she can do for them, you know, their support and all that. So Steve Kerr was one of those people. And honestly, celebrities, you know, for celebrities these days to come out and speak, you know, that can have an adverse reaction when they speak out on matters like this. So, you know, a lot of celebrities, even though a lot of celebrities are speaking out, there are still a lot who don't. Okay, so it still is like kind of my hats, especially those ones that don't normally speak out. Like we've never even thought to think of a Steve Kerr to come, or any basketball player, you know, like that, to come to the DNC and speak. So it is important to have other people from other places that are also voicing their support as well. Of course, Raphael Warnock, who is the senator, one of the senators here in Georgia, he did very well because, you know, he's a pastor, and so he has, and it's funny because if you close your eyes and listen to Raphael Warnock, he sounds very much like a Barack Obama. They have the same cadence, they have the same tone. I don't know if he does that on purpose or if that's just how his own style of talk, because Barack Obama also has like almost a preachy tone sometimes. He starts to sound like a pastor, and so like Raphael Warnock is always funny to me when I hear him speak. Raphael Warnock and Obama, whenever I hear them speak, I always compare the two. Okay, he did very well. Hillary Clinton, just, you know, when she was up there, I almost had tears in my eyes. Y'all, didn't cry. I didn't cry. I didn't even have tears. Let me not put 20 on 10, y'all. But I did just sit there and just shake my head at the fact that she was robbed of an election. She should have been number 45, you guys. And just seeing her up there and just seeing still how sharp she is. Like, she still has that fire, that burn right in her eyes. Like, if you look at her, you can tell that she still has so much work in her that she could have done, you know, still being in politics. I think she's slowing down now, but, you know, things probably would have been different had she won that election like she should have back when YSAP became YSAP. But just hearing her up there, still smart as a whip. I mean, just as sharp as a tack. Looks good still. Everybody was talking about that mean bob that she had. I was just like, come on. But you know, Hillary has always had cute hair. She's always had cute hair. So it was good to see her. They were the standouts for me on the first night. Oh, that wasn't it. I left off the Bidens. Okay, seeing Jill Biden get up there in her, hold on one second, it's Jada. She must have a damn microphone in this car to know when I'm doing this. Hold on. Hello? Hello? Huh?
Is it?
And I'll let you know.
Hi.
Okay, dope. Sorry about that, you know, mother duties called. Anyway, so the Bidens. Love seeing Jill Biden get up there in her sky blue dress that was sparkly. I thought she looked really, really nice in there. I always think that Jill Biden looks nice. She is one of those white women that knows how to wear her hair, you know, nicely, and she knows what clothes look good on her. She always looks good to me. Their daughter, Ashley, was the one who introduced Joe Biden. And it was nice to see the relationship that she obviously loves her father and wanted to be there to present him. And when he came out and when he did his little run, y'all remember his little shuffle run that he did when he won the election? Well, he kind of did the same thing this night, going out there to the podium. And y'all, look, Joe Biden, if he don't look like a motherfucker that then already turned in his 2-week notice, you know, that's the happiest you see some people that's about to retire, people that done turned in their 2-week notice, they going on to better, bigger and better things. Yeah, that's the same way that Joe Biden looks. Okay, I didn't realize that the man looked quite as stressed as he did, as he had been trying to, you know, handle these things and this campaigning for his second term. But now that, you know, the man was forced out, you know, look like after he done came to terms with everything, you know what? Joe got a whole new lease on life. That man didn't hardly stutter. He had a couple of his stuttering moments, okay? But for the most part, very clear speaking. I mean, no mumbling, no getting off track really, a couple of times maybe, but you know, that's just normal. Tan, did you guys see how tan he was? I know I had seen a video or pictures of him at the beach like a week or two ago, you know, relaxing with Secret Service with their full suits on out there. I was like, I know they hot as shit out there. You know, he was laid out and you could tell he looked great. He looked great, you know, and it was good to see. And I love the fact that they are trying, because the DNC, I think the Democrats feel bad about what they did to Joe, okay, because he did come in and save the day when he didn't want to run originally, you know. So like they asked him to come and please run, so he did at that time. And then when he thought he would do a second term, you know, then they was like, nah, nigga, we don't need you, okay. And so he could be very salty, but he said that even though he loved the job, he loves the country more. I mean, you know, it could be political mumbo jumbo, you know, speak bullshit if you want, but it sounds good. And at least we want our politicians to act like they care about their country more than themselves. And, you know, why SAP is all for self. Okay, so that was the first night. The second night, the standouts for me, Bernie Sanders. Mr. was like, man, Bernie Sanders probably would have beat Trump back in 2016. I was just like, Bernie Sanders couldn't even beat Hillary Clinton. Okay, people be having like these forgetful moments. Bernie Sanders, while people really like Bernie Sanders, again, he's got there's certain things about Bernie Sanders that people wasn't feeling either. And Bernie Sanders is old too. Everybody damn old, if you really wanted to go there, you guys. Doug Emhoff, is that how you say his last name? The first gentleman, okay. Kamala Harris's husband. He spoke on the second night, and he just strikes me as one of them ones that just love his wife, child. He just love his wife. Okay, he looked like he's the type of man that Kamala obviously is the one that is I won't say wears the pants in the family or be disrespectful like that, but I believe that she's probably one that keeps the whole thing running, okay? And when I say that, I mean like when kids want something, if there's something that needs to be done, you know, people need to talk, you know, he probably is always like, go ask your mama or go ask Mamala, okay, because we know those aren't her children from her own loins, okay, but she did help raise them. They've been together, I think they said, since 2014, so they've been together since those kids were teens, okay, like early teens. He just seems like he loves his wife, and he looks like he just wants to be there. He wants to be supportive. He wants to be in her corner, you know, and he's just like, you know, basically whatever Kamala says, you know, he's there. And I like that about it. It's good to see a man that can put aside all their things, because, you know, usually we ask the women to do it. It's been first ladies all these years, you know. He's the first gentleman. And so, you know, that's asking a lot for a man to be taking, you know, the back seat. Not saying that he is, but that's kind of like how it looks, you know, that he's taking the back seat to his wife's career and what she has to do. I mean, she obviously has a more important job than he does at the time, because I don't even believe he's a lawyer. I don't know if he's still lawyering. Okay, y'all can let me know about that. But also, I like him. And I've never really heard him speak. You know, he's just always the one that's smiling and waving. So that was good to see. And then, of course, the loves of my life, you guys. Michelle Obama and Barack Obama, my forever first lady, my forever president, you know, just, first of all, Michelle Obama, just absolutely elegant, just absolutely sharp, just absolutely clearly able to captivate an audience. She's able to get your attention. She doesn't put on anything extra. She doesn't really even change her expression much. You know, when she's talking and she's trying to drive a point home, it's like she is literally like one of your friends that's sitting down and really telling you how grave this situation is and that you need to listen. She is one of those people that is able to, she just is an excellent public speaker. Okay. And I don't know if I even knew that about her before, because again, she was the first lady, so she wasn't out in the forefront like her husband was. But I think that maybe when she went on these tours and she started to go on these interviews, that's when we realized how much of a great public speaker that she is. And I was wondering if she had like a person that helped her write that book, but I was like, after listening to her speak, I said, oh no, she didn't wrote these books, honey. This is for real Michelle right there. Yes, she's somebody you can be so proud of as a black woman. I love the fact that she had her braids in. You know, she had them braided down so they wasn't hanging, but them suckers was probably as long as these, maybe just a little bit shorter. But just unapologetically black, this woman, educated, up there speaking, and just everybody in that room, she had wrapped with attention, wrapped, R-A-P-T, with attention, right? And then, of course, Barack Obama, who, I mean, what can you say? I mean, this is just, he's so cool. He's just so, and then the gray, you know, all that white hair, and he looks great. They look very relaxed, although you've known just from watching Michelle in her interviews over the last couple of years that she's been quite dreadful of the election, of everything that was going on. Just like she said, you know, didn't have a great outlook because we could hear what they were saying about Joe Biden, you know, and then knowing that Joe Biden was running against YSAP, who was gaining speed, like just picking up momentum, and just, you know, so she had that feeling in her heart like, oh my God, we're about to lose, and YSAP is about to get into that office again, and it's going to be a disaster. But, you know, you could tell the electricity. I told you guys, like, the electricity is very much just like that feeling of when Barack Obama was running. Now, I didn't have that feeling originally. You guys will remember how I wasn't really sure about this whole thing. But I am 100% on board now, you guys. I just was like, yeah, this is about to happen. And as long as we don't have no real serious issues in the next, 74 days or whatever, I truly believe that Kamala is about to win this election. And it is just a wonderful thing to see. But anyway, back to Barack Obama. I just love the fact that they were just on YSAP's neck. You know, the Democrats usually take the high road. I mean, Michelle Obama is the one who penned that saying, you know, when they go low, we go high. But that is one of the things that frustrates a lot of the Democrats, because it's just sort of like, just like the Republicans can sling the mud, you know, maybe you guys can just every now and then afford to just say how you feel. Okay, so yeah, I feel like they've taken that into consideration, because people are saying the DNC, that's all they doing is talking about Trump, and they just downplaying, downing Trump and all that. And I was like, absolutely, because when else are they going to have this big of an audience? Okay, we ain't talking about policy and shit right now. Kamala probably is going to talk about some of that at the DNC, but the DNC is a celebration. It's a confirmation of this woman's position, you know, her standing as the nominee for the Democrats. And yeah, the people today don't just go by policy. Okay, folks say that, but you know, we want you to say how you feel, because this man has talked bad about you, your family, and everything, you know. So yeah, it's been cool to see Barack Obama and Michelle Obama kind of going there, because they don't normally do that, you know. When Barack Obama said that he was all for self, and, you know, when he said he's got this strange, you know, obsession with crowd sizes, and he did his hands like this. I mean, I know where my mind went. I don't think that's what he meant, but, you know, it's just like all of that together. I mean, the whole audience cracked up laughing. Okay. But yeah, it's just been absolutely fantastic to see this black couple up there. I hate that my mom died before she was able to see. She wasn't here when Barack Obama was running, you know, and all that. And I hate that she didn't get to see that, doesn't get to see this. But I am so glad that my father gets to see all this, because this is history. Okay, my dad was able to see a black man and a black woman become the president of the United States, you know, if all goes well. So Yesterday was my mom's birthday, you guys. It was a rough day, child, so I didn't want to be telling y'all and everything, but happy birthday to mom up there in heaven. Also on the second night was, I mean, the turn up was so real because that was also when they did the roll call. And you guys just know that roll call, you could look at them people and tell that they had probably been drinking and celebrating, because some of them people had smiles so big and wild. Shout out to Tammy. I was looking at Wisconsin. They couldn't get their words together. I mean, my man couldn't get them words out. Mister was like, he blowing it. Tammy was like, I think he was drunk. That lifted the excitement level just so much higher. So the rest of the night didn't have any problems because everybody was still pumped up from the roll call. And let me just speak on Georgia, you guys. As soon as I heard the bing 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 y'all know. DNC. Turn down for what? But something about that beat. When the beat come in, that shit be hard. Listen, that shit had me so fucking pumped up and excited. I almost wanted to jump up and down like cheer. You know how people be cheering like when they win on Price is Right? That's exactly what I wanted to do. I was like, baby, this is so fucking turned up. I don't even know what to damn do. Shit. That shit was good. It was so good, you guys. And they had old boy up there, the DJ, what's his name? The one who does the he does those things where he has the rappers come back and rap and they continue. What is his name? Cannot think of his name. It's not D-Nice. You guys know who I'm talking about. I cannot think of his name. But anyway, he was a DJ up there, so he was playing the music. And, you know, he was kind of playing the music for different states, like kind of what went along with the state. That shit was so fucking bomb. Oh, my God, you guys. Such a great time. Anyway, that was the that was the second night. Okay. Oh, and let me just go back. Before the 8 o'clock primetime part started, child, they had Patti LaBelle there. Patti LaBelle was up there singing, you know, you are my friend, you know. And I tell you, that Patti was yelling and screaming, and them white people was so fucking excited. I thought they was going to catch the Holy Ghost. They was like, oh my God. You could see the people, they would take the camera to them, and they was like, you know, or just like, she's amazing. You couldn't hear them. You could just see their hands, like they were just like, and she was all, I was just like, Patti. Y'all, and that Patti had this wig on, baby. I didn't know if it was going to be flipped up, or if we was going to have curls here. It was a whole bunch of hair. It was a waterfall. It came down around. Baby, she was on her full first lady of the church up there. Okay, had her suit on and everything. I said, boy, days like this make me miss Riri. Okay, Aretha Franklin, you know she'd have been up there with her big fur coat on. You know, she'd have probably, you know, had her a big white fur coat on. Man, I tell you, the good old days. But it was good to see Patti up there too. You know, Patti, you remember them words, girl. She was like, where my prompter? Then on the third night, the standouts were Cory Booker, Hakeem Jeffries, you know, when he was like, bro, we've been there. We've done that. We already broke up with you. We not going back. Okay, that's been the whole theme. You know, we not going back. We moving forward. Also, we had Peter Buttigieg and Nancy Pelosi. Okay, they spoke last night. You know, Nancy is starting to, I shouldn't say starting to show her age, because that's ageist, right? Then we had Bill Clinton spoke. And first I was a little worried. You know, I haven't seen Bill. We don't see Bill and Hillary anymore. Like I said, they starting to slow down, and you could tell. Because when Bill Clinton walked out there, he was walking quite slow. You know, and I wasn't sure if he was just kind of walking like his normal cool Bill self that he is, or, you know, he just ain't quite moving as fast as he used to. And then when he got up there and he started speaking, and he was raspy, and I was just like, oh no, like, we can't, like, is Bill fixing to give us, you know, the Biden feel and everybody gonna be worried? But no, I don't know what was going on with his voice, but Bill is still very there. You know, he ain't aged. I mean, he's gotten older, obviously, but he still has his wits about himself, still able to speak very well, still be able to inspire everything. So I enjoyed Bill Clinton's speech, and then enjoyed Oprah's speech, who also came to let us know that she is an independent or registered independent, but she votes her values, so she's there supporting the Democratic nominee, and that she's encouraging all other independents to, make the decision. Now, we know that it's out of these two. So do like Oprah and vote for Kamala. And then who closed out yesterday was Tim Walz, who is the vice president, who is running for vice president alongside Kamala. And, the whole night they kept on bringing out, or they were showing videos, and they even brought out the football team that he used to coach, back when he was a high school football coach. But they had kids up there that were talking about like the impact of a teacher, him being the teacher, and what he did for their lives. And that kind of stuff hits home. At least it does for me. And I think it does for people who have children or who have had children, and know exactly that, there are a lot of teachers who just don't give a fuck. Okay, there are teachers that are burnt out. There are teachers that feel they're underpaid. There's teachers that got to deal with a lot of bullshit, a lot of red tape. It's a lot being a teacher, and they are very rarely appreciated. And when they are, it's usually because they go that extra mile, and he is clearly that person. He's that person. The kids, he made an impact on those kids. I mean, them kids are all grown now, and everybody was talking about like how he did and how he became like the teacher that volunteered for the gay and lesbian little club or whatever that the school had, and how him and his family tried to help out somebody. So he was coaching like a 7th grade team, and he was doing all of these things, and it must have been really nice for him to know like he's got his flowers. That all these people were coming so proud of him. Like, who would have ever thought that this man, who didn't have any political aspirations, he said that they are the ones who talked him into running for Senate, because they felt like he could make a big, he could make a difference. And I don't know if he even still thought that he would ever be running for the White House, and look at how things turned. But him up there and him saying that he's not a public speaker, so he's not really comfortable doing it, but he know football. But I was just like, no, this is working. Exactly. You don't have to be a public speaker when you are sincere and you're when you are authentic and real to yourself. Like, he didn't feel like he was putting on. He didn't feel like he was changing up nothing, trying to sound more educated, didn't try to do anything. He was just being himself. Love Tim Walz. I think he was the perfect person for the job. I didn't know who he was beforehand, and I still don't know that much about him, but it's going to be good to know, learn more and more about him. So that was the third night. And then tonight, of course, is when Kamala is going to accept the nomination, and she's going to speak. I don't know who else they have lined up to speak tonight, because I was looking at the list, but I think that the list that I had been looking at was not accurate, because Oprah wasn't even on that list. I think Oprah got added at the last minute or something. Maybe they didn't expect Oprah to speak, but she ended up doing it. So, yeah, that's going to be tonight. Oh, I forgot last night, one of the entertainers, your boy Stevie Wonder. Okay, Stevie came on out there, and I was like, hey, Stevie, Stevie just love us. He just, I love y'all. I love y'all, and I want everybody to love each other. He wants the world to be in peace. That's always been Stevie's thing. So, seeing him up there was good. Then he went to perform, and I was like, oh, Stevie about to perform his song and tell us all to sing it, because that's what Stevie does. Stevie's like, baby, I ain't singing today. Y'all go on and sing. I'm going to play this piano and this harmonica, whatever I got to do. But y'all go on and sing the words. He might sing a couple of words, and he'd be like, sing. No, you sing, Stevie. Yeah, that's been it. But I don't know if it's just been this this DNC or what. But, extremely entertaining. Just a great time. And that spirit, that feeling, you guys. Like, I was talking to Mister's aunt. I'm sorry, she's like an aunt, but she's a cousin really. But I was talking to her yesterday, and she was saying how they were already looking at tickets to go to the inauguration. And I was like, I want to go too. Like, I want to go. Then I was talking to Charisma, and she was like, girl, it'd be like negative 15 degrees. It don't be that cold, but it do be cold as shit. I remember when Debbie went to Barack Obama's inauguration, and she was like, girl, we froze to death. But she was like, the only thing that stayed warm was my feet, because she had her Uggs on. She was like, honey, them feet, they stayed warm. But other than that, she said they were freezing. But I just don't want to miss this. I don't want to be missing the history, because it was one thing to have a black man to win, but a black woman before we've had any other woman that has won the election is just big. Like, I feel like I need to be there. She was saying that she had been checking on the prices, and she said right now it's running around, looking around like it's going to be about $900 if she tries to do something today. But of course, we know as time gets closer, everything is going to go up. And then when Kamala Harris wins, it's going to skyrocket. So if folks was thinking about going, you might want to start looking at hotels and shit now, and maybe locking yourself in, because it's gonna be a lot of people out there, you guys. It is. I can feel it though. I can feel the excitement. I can feel it happening, you guys. It is that same feeling. So that's it on the DNC, y'all. I guess I've been spoke a whole lot on that. I guess we gonna make this be the politics segment of Top of the Blogs. Let me give you one more political story, and then we'll close it on up. So I just wanted to let you know that FEMA, okay, that's the Federal Emergency and something assistance. What does the M stand for, child? Don't give me the lion. Anyway, they say that they done ran out of money. Last Tuesday, you guys, they announced that the disaster fund has run out of money. The agency's administrator, Deanne Criswell, says that they can only afford to provide funds to people or communities or whatever if it's super dire, like life-saving. I'm thinking to myself, if a person has lost everything, I would imagine that would be life-saving. Like, I need your help, otherwise I'm not gonna have anywhere to live, and that is my life, so I don't know how they're determining the differences or anything, but they're saying that they're hoping that Congress is going to pass like another $9 billion to add to their pot so that they can help all of the people. We are not even in the good middle part of hurricane season, and actually, if we're talking about the Atlantic part of the world, the Atlantic Ocean, the peak part of hurricane season is in September, like mid-September, somewhere around the 10th, 11th, 12th, 13th, somewhere in there. So we haven't even got to the serious part where these hurricanes and tornadoes and shit start just really tearing things apart. So for them to run out of money already, that is not good. Now, they said that this is the third time, that FEMA has run out of money, because every year these storms and these natural disasters get worse and worse, okay, worser and worser, shout out to Future. And so they use up the money because they need the money when they use it, and then they have to go back and ask for the budgetary committee to give them, break them off a few little more dollars. And I guess they have been getting that done, but now it looks like maybe when they start doing the budget for next year, they're going to have to still allot even more money to FEMA. And they're going to have to keep on allotting more money to them because of climate change, because of, the weather patterns and extreme weather conditions now, things that we didn't have to think about even 10 years ago. I mean, weather is totally different. So, yeah, you guys, FEMA's having a hard time. Now, Congress is on vacation. Well, they're on break until the end of August because all these the RNC. So when they come back in September, they can expect to see this on the docket, and they're going to have to give that money. I mean, it's just really nothing else that you can say. They're going to have to come up with that money for them. I mean, if we can send money all over the place, all right, and I'm not saying that other countries don't need our help and all, but what I am saying is that we still need to make sure we take care of home. People here in these United States that pay taxes, that need the help when the government can give that help, they can provide it. So, yeah, they're going to have to give FEMA a few more dollars, y'all, but yeah, that's what's happening, you guys. It's a bad situation, child. The weather. I'm just waiting for the weather, this global warming and climate change to get so bad that they start regulating and making us do things. Because right now they still hoping that people are recycling. They're still hoping people that are not being as wasteful and all that. But we might have to get some shit down in writing, okay, and change up some things because it's just getting worse and worse. This summer has been awful. Don't get me to complaining about how hot this summer has been. This is the fucking hottest summer in Georgia that I have ever experienced. So anyway, I'm going to get on off of here. Y'all let me know what you think about that. Tell me what you thought about the DNC. You're good, you're bad, you're ugly. What did you enjoy the most? What kind of gave you the side eye? How would you feel if you was YSAP right now? I think WhatsApp is grasping at straws. And then it's funny. Oh, I forgot to even mention the fact that the Republicans, they even have Republicans for Kamala there on either the second, or I think it was the second night, or maybe it was the third night. But they even have them there. People are starting to speak out and realize, like, listen, we cannot keep up with this. Okay, we had to deal with it when WhatsApp was in office for them 4 years, but we be damned if we gonna let that motherfucker get back up in that office again to go through it. Like, listen, we been there. We know, all right? And we letting you know this shit is not a game. WhatsApp is going to get in there and tear some shit up. So y'all need to, so it was good to see the Republicans, supportive as well. So anyway, y'all, that's it. That's it. Y'all let me know what you thought about all that. Okay? All right. All right, you guys, about to order me some sushi. I'm here at Lucky Key. All right, make sure you thumbs up the video, comment, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and make sure you Until next time, Roxstars. Bye.